Welcome to the Big Four Accounting Firms podcast, brought to you by big4accountingfirms.com and the Big Four Accounting Firms YouTube channel. Before we get started, just wanted to remind everybody to support us if you have a chance or if you can. Even $1 helps, and we have a link in the description to a website called Buy Me a Coffee. It's just a way to donate to us and support us. Again, any amount is helpful so that we can keep putting out content. And there's also other ways for you to support us in the show notes to this podcast or on YouTube in the description. In today's podcast, I wanted to discuss some interview questions. Well, mainly just one interview question area that I think will be very key for 2021. And one interview question that I think a lot of people will get in the future is your ability to work from home. And this doesn't matter whether you're in college or whether you're switching jobs, switching accounting firms. You're going to need to answer, can you work from home? What is your ability to work from home? And you're going to need to provide examples of how you've worked from home, whether you're in school, and you need to speak about the tools that you've used, the softwares that you've used, the conferencing softwares, whether it's Zoom, WebEx, Microsoft Teams, etc. You need to speak about your experience in each one of those and how you've set up meetings. And you need to be ready to speak about how you've worked from home. And another area that you'll need to speak about is working in teams, if you're talking about working from home, because that's one of the most difficult parts about working from home is working in teams. And something you'll need to highlight from there, and we'll probably go into more detail about this in other podcasts, is how you've received work, how you've turned in assignments, how you've coordinated review points, because there's different parts about working in a team. If you're young in your career, then working in a team means that you're receiving the work, and then you have to deliver that work on time. And delivering the work on time means you have to deliver it with enough time for the person reviewing it to give you review notes. And if you're higher up at the Big Four accounting firms or in your career, you'll need to speak about how you can provide review notes remotely, how you've tracked your assignments, how you've tracked your work and turned things in on time, provided deliverables to the client on time, or provided deliverables to your partner for review on time. And even if you track things more mentally, you still need to talk about how you have a system for tracking things, because people feel more comfortable when you bring that up. You need to talk about systems you've used, how you've kept projects on track, maybe software that you've used to organize yourself, because people like to hear about that on interviews as well. And another part of working remotely is setting up the calls or setting up the Zoom meetings or the virtual meetings. You need to talk about how you've done that. You've set up initiatives, how you've set out meeting invites to people. Because if you're not used to setting meeting invites with a large number of people, then it's not that good for the Big Four, because the Big Four are such large organizations that you need to be able to invite large groups of people, and you need to be able to have a big discussion with multiple people and to keep it organized. You can't just start a call. And I mean, we're all guilty of this happening. You can't just start a call and say, okay, the meeting started, and just sit silent, because then people are going to interrupt people. You need to be able to organize a call and keep it on track and keep it moving and be able to end it. And I mean, that's another difficult thing about working at the Big Four, is organizing calls like that. And many times when you organize those type of calls, there's somebody that likes to talk a lot, and you'll have to be able to cut them off and end the call. Or sometimes people don't want to talk, and you either have to get them to start talking and contributing, or you just have to end the call if it's not being productive. So that's one interview question that I think is going to be very important, is the ability to work from home and the questions that surround that. People are going to want to know, can you work from home? Do you have any anxieties about working from home? And you need to say no, and then you need to provide the reasons about why you're what skills you have that allow you to work from home and how you've been developing them. And you need to develop those skills because you need to be ready. If you're not ready to work from home, then you're not ready to have a job at the Big Four right now. And it's not even about working from home, it's about coordinating internationally, because a lot of times you'll be working with people in other countries like India, and you need to be able to coordinate with them. And that is basically the same as working from home. So that's a very important skill. So that's the interview question that we covered today. To get future interview questions and updates, make sure to subscribe to this podcast. Support us financially through the Buy Me a Coffee link in the show notes to this podcast. And if you can't do that, then subscribe to our YouTube channel and like this video on our YouTube channel. Thanks for listening.